Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com in the third week of December 2024. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Actress Jill Jacobson died December 8, 2024, at a hospital in Los Angeles. She died after a long illness at the age of 70. She had regular TV roles in the 1980s on Falcon Crest and The New Gidget. Jacobson is also being remembered for her appearances on 2 different Star Trek series, The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Actress Diane Delano died December 13, 2024, in Sherman Oaks, California. She died of cancer at the age of 67. She was most widely known for her role on Northern Exposure as Alaskan State Trooper Barbara Szymanski, Maurice's love interest. Delano is also being remembered for such TV shows as Popular, Days of Our Lives, and LA Law. Dr. Thomas F. O'Brien died December 9, 2024, at his home in Brookline, Massachusetts, at the age of 95. He was an expert in antimicrobial resistance who helped explain how superbugs can become immune to antibiotics. O'Brien is also being remembered as the father of comedian and TV host Conan O'Brien. His wife and Conan's mother, Ruth O'Brien, died 3 days after his death. Equestrian Rodney Jenkins died December 5, 2024, in Glenwood, Maryland, at the age of 80. He was a Hall of Fame show jumper, especially known for his victories while riding the horse Idle Dice. Jenkins is also being remembered for his later career training racehorses. Fashion editor Polly Allen Mellen died December 12, 2024, at the age of 100. She spent decades directing the fashion coverage at Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, and Allure magazines. Mellen is being remembered for her joyful enthusiasm for fashion and her love for championing young, up-and-coming designers. Musician Zakir Hussain died December 15, 2024, in San Francisco. He died of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis at the age of 73. He was a master of the Indian percussion instrument, the tabla, who brought its sound to a worldwide audience and won 4 Grammy Awards. Hussain is being remembered for performing with such artists as George Harrison, Bella Fleck, Herbie Hancock, and many more. Artist Lorraine O'Grady died December 13, 2024, in New York at the age of 90. Her conceptual art can be seen at such institutions as the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the Art Institute of Chicago, and the Walker Art Center in Minneapolis. O'Grady is being remembered for a 1983 project in which she gave picture frames to participants in a parade, inviting them to see themselves as art. Referee Jim Tunney died December 12, 2024, in Pebble Beach, California, at the age of 95. He was an NFL official for more than 30 years, working a record 29 postseasons and refereeing 3 Super Bowls. Tunney is being remembered for officiating memorable games like the 1967 Ice Bowl, the 1988 Fog Bowl, and the 1981 game in which Dwight Clark made the iconic play for the 49ers, now known simply as The Catch. Congressman John Spratt died December 14, 2024, of complications from Parkinson's disease at the age of 82. He served almost 30 years in the U.S. House of Representatives as a Democrat representing South Carolina. He is being remembered as a co-author of the Balanced Budget Act of 1997, a key piece of President Bill Clinton's legacy that ushered in the first federal budget surplus in decades. Spratt was a U.S. Army veteran who served for 2 years in the 1960s and 70s. Football player Jimmy Wilkerson died December 13, 2024, in Oklahoma. He died of a heart attack at the age of 43. He was a defensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Seattle Seahawks in the 2000s and 2010s. Wilkerson is also being remembered as a standout college player for the University of Oklahoma. Basketball player Dick Van Arsdale died December 16, 2024 in Phoenix. He died of kidney failure at the age of 81. The first player ever drafted by the Phoenix Suns in their 1968 inaugural season, he was known as the Original Sun. Van Arsdale is being remembered as half of the first set of identical twins to play in the NBA alongside his brother Tom. Musician and songwriter Mike Brewer died December 17, 2024 at his home in Missouri at the age of 80. He was half of the folk rock duo Brewer and Shipley, best known for their 1970s song One Toke Over the Line. Brewer is being remembered for that counterculture hit, which helped test the boundaries of what could be played on the radio. Author and educator John Marsden died in December 2024 at his home in Australia at the age of 74. He wrote popular and acclaimed young adult novels, including Tomorrow When the War Began and its sequels, and So Much to Tell You. Marsden is also being remembered as an innovative educator who founded the Candlebark School and the Alice Miller School. Musician Slim Dunlap died December 18, 2024 at his home in Minneapolis. He died of complications from a stroke at the age of 73. He was the guitarist for The Replacements, joining in 1987 to replace their founding guitarist and remaining with the band to record their final 2 albums. Dunlap is being remembered as a beloved member of the Minneapolis rock music scene. Musician and songwriter David Mallett died December 17, 2024 at the age of 73. He was best known for writing the folk music standard Garden Song, later recorded by such artists as John Denver and Pete Seeger. Mallett is being remembered as an icon of his home state of Maine. Race car driver Fred Lorenzen died December 18, 2024 at the age of 89. He was a NASCAR great who won the 1965 Daytona 500 along with more than 24 other races. Lorenzen is being remembered as NASCAR's Golden Boy and a member of the Sports Hall of Fame. Singer Alfa Anderson died December 17, 2024 at the age of 78. She was a member of the chart-topping disco group Chic, singing lead vocals on such songs as Le Freak and I Want Your Love. Anderson is also being remembered for her work with Luther Vandross, as well as for her later career as an educator. Two people, a teacher and a student, were killed in a shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin on December 16, 2024. Their names are Ruby Patricia Vergara, Erin Michelle West. A note to our regular viewers, in next Friday's video, December 27th, in addition to the week's biggest obituary news, I'll be getting on camera to answer some of your recent questions. Then, the week after that, be sure to join us on Friday, January 3rd for our special year-in review, where we'll look back at some of the most memorable lives we said goodbye to in 2024. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 10 years ago next week, singer Joe Cocker died at the age of 70. His hit songs included With a Little Help from My Friends, Feeling All Right, and Up Where We Belong. 15 years ago this week, actress Brittany Murphy died at the age of 32. She was known for roles in movies like 8 Mile and Clueless, and on TV she was the voice of Luann in King of the Hill. 15 years ago this week, actress Elena Reed Hall died at the age of 63. She was a longtime Sesame Street cast member who went on to co-star in 227. 15 years ago this week, actress Jennifer Jones died at the age of 90. She won an Academy Award for The Song of Bernadette and received 4 other nominations, including for Love is a Many Splendored Thing. 25 years ago this week, musician and songwriter Hank Snow died at the age of 85. He was a country music great known for such classic singles as I've Been Everywhere and I'm Moving On. 25 years ago next week, musician and songwriter Curtis Mayfield died at the age of 57. His influential soul music of the 1960s and 70s included the hits People Get Ready with The Impressions and Superfly as a solo artist. Actor Ray Liotta was born 70 years ago this week. He died in May 2022 at the age of 67. He starred in notable movies like Field of Dreams, Something Wild, and Goodfellas. Actress Cicely Tyson was born 100 years ago this week. She died in January 2021 at the age of 96. She was known for roles in such movies and TV shows as Sounder, Roots, and the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. Singer Lee Dorsey was born 100 years ago next week. He died in December 1986 at the age of 61. He had 1960s hits with Ya Ya and Working in the Coal Mine. Screenwriter and TV producer Rod Serling was born 100 years ago next week. He died in June 1975 at the age of 50. He was best known for creating one of TV's most enduring shows, The Twilight Zone. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in South Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of former Representative John M. Spratt, Jr. Flags in Wisconsin have been lowered to honor the memory of the victims of the tragedy at Abundant Life Christian School. Flags in Wisconsin have also been lowered to honor the memory of former State Supreme Court Justice David Prosser. Flags in Connecticut have been lowered in remembrance of the 20 children and 6 adults who were killed 12 years ago in the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown. Flags in Iowa have been lowered to honor the memory of former Congressman Jim Leach. Flags in West Virginia have been lowered to honor the memory of former State Supreme Court Justice Darrell Vivian McGraw, Jr. Flags in Massachusetts have been lowered to honor the memory of former Lieutenant Governor and Attorney General Francis X. Bellotti. Flags in Tennessee have been lowered to honor the memory of McNairy County Deputy Sheriff Sergeant Rick Finley, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Maryland have been lowered to honor the memory of former state delegate James E. Malone, Jr. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.